All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the FatKatz podcast, episode 74. As you can see, Ward Sewell here, joined by the big man, Cam Taylor. We have a whole lot of action to go over today. And want to start out, happy election season, ladies and gentlemen, to anybody out there that is go out, cast your vote. You know, unless you're a felon, you can't cast a vote. But I would assume most of our listeners aren't felons, Cam. So, get out there, cast your vote. You know, it's the one voice of reason that us people have. We can go out and vote. So do that. I wanted to say for high school athletes, happy wrestling season / happy basketball season. And then Cam, I think basketball season kicked off for Kentucky last week. Basketball season for NC State kicks off on Monday. What am I missing, Cam? What else has happened over the last week that's kicking off?
Your birthday happened last
Yeah,
week. We
did have
didn't
a
talk
birthday.
about that. Yeah, so
20, hey, Richard Sherman year, baby, 2025. First
big
favorite forgotten.
big Coda. He's big Coda.
Yeah, big Coda. But yeah, happy to be back. Cam, pleasure as always, favorite hour of the week. So let's jump right into it, my friend. How are you, Cam? What's new
I'm
in your
doing
neck of the
well.
woods?
Doing well, man. Finished off.
Outside of the Pittsburgh Steelers being 6-2, Cam
I
Taylor,
know.
what's going on?
Yeah, man. Super excited. You guys remember I was not super excited about the Steelers football season at the beginning of the year. I didn't think this team was going to be good. They have surprised me, to say the least. Wrapped up middle school coaching, man. Last game was yesterday. We
Did
won.
y'all lose at Independence?
We did. So we finished.
Oh man, Cam is 4-1
uh,
on Independence's field now.
We ended up 5-3. This first time since 2012 that this school has finished over 500. Um,
Hey,
we lost back-to-back weeks and double overtime. So two heartbreaking losses. We got to finish it off with the win for the eighth graders, which is always nice. So
yeah.
super proud of the guys, man. It was super fun to get out there and coach. You know how much I love this game, Ward. So
Oh yeah.
getting to get out there every day and coach was cool.
Hey, and Cam, I want to do for a message for your eighth graders too. When I was in eighth grade at Wake Forest Middle School, we went 5-3. We were the first team to go over 500 in like 15 years at Wake Forest Middle School, and then we went on to win 2 state championships at Wake Forest High School. So for those eighth graders that Cam coaches, keep your head up, keep your head strong, smash some some Little Caesars pizza at the end of the year football party, and hope you guys enjoy it.
Hey, we're moving up in the world. We got one of the grandmas that's cooking for
Oh,
us,
even
so we're
better.
gonna
Even
eat
better.
good.
We had basketball and Little Caesars is what we had.
Ward, I will say, man, I love these guys, but 90% of them are going to Independence, so I don't know if I could cheer for Independence to win
Yeah.
back-to-back state titles. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm super happy for the guys, man. It was a good season. But
Yeah.
moving on into the episode. First favorite forgotten. We're going to cut it down a little bit now that we're getting to the weird numbers. We got about 6 episodes left till we get back to the fun guys. Full plate, empty stomach. We got 2 questions of the week, some UFC. We'll talk about baseball for probably 2 seconds. Football, obviously, is what we're going to talk about for the lion's share, per
Yeah.
usual. But I do want to remind everybody before we get into it, find us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. If you're here, you know that. Be a friend, tell a friend. Like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you like, what you don't like, and Instagram and TikTok at FatKatzPod. Go ahead, Ward.
Yeah. And hey, one thing I forgot to mention in the intro too, Cam, I don't think we went over this, but hey, happy day before, happy Halloween Eve, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. So for those trick-or-treaters out there, I miss it more than anything. I hope you go out with all your friends. You go take a pillowcase off your mom's bed. You go out there and you have a competition with your friends on who can get the most candy. Whoever in the neighborhood gives out the big king size candy bars. I'll teach you what we used to do with my buddies. Everybody put on your first mask, then about an hour later, switch masks with your friends and go back.
Yeah.
They won't know.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
what we
guys
do.
enjoy it, and cavities don't count in the month of November because of Halloween. So
Yeah. Ward, tell us about your birthday. What'd you do for your birthday, man? We got to get into this a little bit.
I did. I've never done anything like this on my birthday, Cam. My second cousin got married. So I went down, and I've never been to if any of our listeners have been to a Catholic wedding, it's the first Catholic wedding I've ever been to. Cam, have you been to a Catholic wedding?
A lot of getting on, a lot of getting up and getting down.
A lot of getting up and getting down, a lot of singing. The bride and groom sat in chairs right next to each other in front or in the front of the church for a majority of the service. And it wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. Thank goodness, because Cam, me and all my uncles my uncles like the parties. We were out in the parking lot pre-gaming for the wedding, slamming back. I went back to my college days, bush lights, letting it have it. And then I had to pee really bad. And we walked in 5 minutes before the ceremony. And then the ladies at the front said, "Hey, you guys have to go. You're going to miss everybody. The wedding's about to start." So I was like, crap. So yeah, so Cam spent my birthday with the family, which always good to hang out with the family. Had a good time though, Cam. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, good, awesome, man. Start off every show award like we said. First favorite forgotten. I don't think you have any this week. You might have one or two, but episode 74. If you have one, go ahead and kick us off. If not, I'll go
No,
through
Cam, ball is passed to you. The ball is in
them.
your court, my friend.
Okay.
Take us home.
First guy that came to mind for me was Kendall Lamb. I've talked about this guy a few times on here. He's in his 8th season in the NFL. Butler Bulldog legend. He won 2 state championships. Went to App State. Undrafted guy, and he's been in the league for almost a decade. So Kendall Lamb, a guy that mentored me through high school and getting into college. Kendall Lamb's my guy. So definitely the first guy that came to mind there. And if you're the best offensive lineman on the team, you wear 74 at Butler now. It's kind of a tradition because of Kendall Lamb. So shout out to K Lamb. Love you, buddy.
K Lamb, let's go, baby.
Favorite, I'm gonna kick it to Wheezy on this one. Uncle Wheezy, his guy Nick Mangold played guard and center for the Jets for what felt like 20 years. One of his few Jets jerseys that he wears proudly. So Nick Mangold is mine, and I'll say it's Uncle Wheezy's favorite, number 74. And then forgotten, I don't know if this guy's really forgotten more, but Michael Orr, kind of probably one of the most famous offensive linemen of all time.
Ever.
But Michael Orr, I'll just throw him in there as an extra, I guess.
Wait, hey, you gotta say, was this Ole Miss Michael Orr? Was this Carolina Panthers Michael Orr? Was this Baltimore Ravens Michael Orr?
We'll say Ole Miss.
Okay.
We'll say Ole Miss.
I like it, Cam.
I forget what high school he went to, so I was going to say high school.
Hey, it's in Tennessee, somewhere out there towards Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
Yeah.
Full plate, empty stomach. Full plate. Somebody who had a good week in sports. Empty stomach. Somebody who had a bad week. I've got 2 of each.
Yeah.
So I'll kick it off since I think you have 3. My first full plate's going to Russell Wilson, man. I was on the front line saying, don't put Russell Wilson in. Justin Fields is 4-2. What are we doing? He and Mike T have proved me wrong. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Did you just get that?
No, dude. I got a few of them. Look, I got the Wolfpack. I got Wake Forest High School.
That's sick. How did you get a Wake Forest one?
I got Washington Commanders, and then I tried to go on the Western Carolina bookstore and order a WCU one, and they were sold out. So everybody's buying in. Yeah, dude, look, I got the number on there and everything.
That's sick, man. Who did that?
They gave us these when we were in high school. After we won states, they gave everybody these helmets. And I had all my stuff at my mom moved when I went to college, so she packed all my stuff up and put it in the storage unit. I just now got all my stuff out of the storage unit. You can see all the Redskin stuff, and yeah. So
that's sick.
Cam, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, go Wolfpack.
No, you're good. I'll sell you my my Western one for $1,000.
Hey, no deal, man.
I forget where. Oh yeah, Russell Wilson. I was at the front line. Keep Joseph Fields in. Mike T. Russie proved me wrong. Russell Wilson has opened up this offense in a way I couldn't have imagined.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, hey, pack full of Badgers, brother. Pack full of Badgers. So yeah, Russ, glad to see him. He's playing like vintage Russ. I know let's go ahead and cover this, Cam. It was one of our top stories we wanted to talk about. But I don't think the Steelers has been this efficient since. I mean, obviously, you guys were 11-0 in 2019. We were just talking about that, but I would say that's the last time this offense was that efficient in Week 8.
Even at that point, that offense wasn't that good.
Like, everybody was calling for Ben Roethlisberger. I think you guys have not been this efficient since 2017, 2018. Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah.
Before Ben got hurt, we haven't been this good.
Le'Veon Bell. Can't forget Le'Veon Bell in there. He was
the killer beast, Martavis Bryant. Martavis was on that team. Yeah, this offense is.
Hey, Martavis Bryant, former Commander.
Yeah, and former Raider.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, you guys look good. I know we're going to get into it later, but scared as hell to play y'all next week. So good for Russ, though. Very happy for Russ.
Appreciate it. Who you got?
Cam, sorry. Full plate for me this week is actually going to be Cam. You're probably going to appreciate this. Jaguars offensive lineman. Can't tell you his name, but no, I'm sorry, not Jaguars. Chargers offensive lineman. Can't tell you his name, but somebody sacked Justin Herbert and
Bozeman. His name's Bozeman.
Bozeman. Boom, Bozeman. Hey, FatKatz, game ball to you, brother. Our full plate to you. So anyway. This guy was, I don't know if anybody saw, Justin Herbert was taken down and the defensive player, which, me, former defensive player, did something very dirty. He kind of twisted his ankle and rolled it up to take him down. This offensive lineman jumped on top of him and let him have it, man. And as any offensive lineman should, Cam, what's the offensive lineman's primary job on the football field?
Protect the quarterback, man.
Protect the $1 million man behind you. So, and that's in all aspects of the game. So, love to see your team step up for the quarterback. So, yes, offensive lineman from LA gets my game ball.
Yeah, man. Like Ward said, as an offensive lineman, primary job, take care of the quarterback. And I don't know if he got 15. I don't know if he got a 15-yard penalty, but it's worth it because that sets the tone for the rest of the guys in the room.
Hell yeah.
The locker room gets behind guys like that. And, like one thing that bothers me more than anything, Ward, is like when you see a quarterback get hit and the offensive lineman doesn't pick him up off the ground.
Yeah.
Like that's rule number one. You take care of your quarterback. So like just small stuff like that, protecting your guy. And Bozeman did his job. So shout out to him. Good call on that, Ward.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
My second full plate is going to Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara just signed a huge extension with the Saints. He also signed a deal, Ward, where he gets a lifetime supply of beer from a local brewery in New
Get
Orleans.
out of here.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know.
That is cool. I don't know if AK-41 is much of a beer drinker, but
well, that's what I was about to say. I don't know how much money he's going to get out of that, but
yeah.
If you gave me or Ward a free a lifetime supply of beer, man, you'd be in trouble. So
hey,
I'm sure it was a calculated risk with Alvin.
Yes,
Kamara.
for that individual that gifted that to Alvin Kamara, Mr. Man, I don't know what your name is. I will be in New Orleans December 15th through December 19th. I am coming down for the Washington Commanders New Orleans Saints game. If Alvin Kamara does not show up to your brewery, I'm happy to show up and I'm happy to drink his fair share of beer. And I'll pretend my name's Alvin and I'll put on the dreads and
just get a fake ID. Yeah, just get a fake ID with Alvin Kamara's picture on it.
Hey, Cam, neither me or you never have one of those, right? So I think we'll be all right.
I wouldn't do something like that, man. But Ward, yeah, go ahead and take us
cool.
off.
Hey, empty stomach this week is going to be Anthony Richardson, and it's not because of anything about him getting benched or not. It's because Cam, what happens if me or you? Story behind this. I don't know if you guys saw third quarter on the game on Sunday. Anthony Richardson pulls himself out of the game because he's tired. Cam, what happens to you if you call your boss up right now on the phone and say, "Hey, I can't work today. I'm tired." It ain't gonna fly. This is your job, Anthony Richardson. This is what you do. You are a football player. You don't pull yourself out of the game because you're tired. If you're tired, condition harder during the week. You have 3.5, 4 hours a week of football where you have to perform at your highest level. Obviously, you have practice and stuff, all that, but practice is to get ready for the game. That is inexcusable. Yes, so Anthony Richardson, empty stomach to you.
Yeah, man. And we just talked about it. As an offensive lineman, your job is to protect your quarterback. Offensive linemen, Ward, don't have the luxury of coming out of the game.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a starting offensive lineman tap his helmet and come out of a football game?
No.
I haven't. So if you're Anthony Richardson, they came back in that game. They had a chance to go down and win. How do you look at that offensive line and say, hey, man, I know you guys busted your tails, but I need you guys right here. We got to go win a football game after you just took yourself out of the game.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing, man. And, you have to have buy-in from your team, too. So, not a good look, brother. Not a good look.
Yeah, that's an easy way to lose a locker room. My empty stomach is going to go to the Carolina Panthers, Ward. The Panthers traded for Deontay Johnson this offseason, gave the Steelers Dante Jackson, who's been a really good cornerback, too, for us. And they traded Deontay Johnson to the Ravens, Ward. Did you see the draft compensation that they got?
Was it a fourth rounder?
It was a sixth rounder.
Wow.
They traded Deontay Johnson, their seventh rounder, for a Ravens sixth rounder.
Which is going to be a seventh round pick. pretty
The
much.
projections for where they are right now, what happened was the Carolina Panthers traded Deontay Johnson to move up 3 picks.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
In the 6th round. Like they went from
Yeah,
the first.
I don't know. I mean, in the Panthers' defense, maybe maybe they're trying to save money, or maybe,
He
obviously they're in
wasn't,
full rebuild mode, but
yeah, he wasn't going to re-sign there. Like that was like
hell
he's
no.
in a contract
Hell
year. He
no.
wasn't gonna do
Get
that.
something
But
out of it. And I will say in their defense too, Washington did the same thing last year with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. They went in full
yeah, but
rebuild
you
mode.
guys got 2nd and 3rd round picks.
Yeah,
You didn't move up 3 picks in the last round of the
yeah,
draft.
valid point. Valid point.
But yeah, that's my first empty stomach.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, Cam, I know a little off topic, trade deadline stuff. Did you see what Cooper Kupp posted on Instagram yesterday?
I did
The
not.
picture he posted a picture of him waving. It was him like walk. It was a bunch of memory. It was a bunch of pictures of him in LA, and the first picture was him waving to the fans walking out of the tunnel, or
Okay.
walking into the tunnel. So all the comments were saying this solidifies that Cooper Kupp is getting traded. Trade deadline is Thursday. Cam, am I wrong? Friday?
I think it's
Yeah.
Thursday.
So I don't know if you remember last year. Last year the trade deadline was absolutely insane. This year I think it has the chances of being insane too. So yeah, Cam, there may be an emergency pod coming down the line if something crazy happens. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up. But yeah, my next empty stomach, Cam, is actually going to go to the New York Jets organization. This team's fired their head coach. This team has signed a big time quarterback. This team has changed coordinators. This team has gone out and got one of the best receivers in football. I don't know if the Jets organization's cursed or or what. They suck, dude. 2-6, Cam. 2-6. You just lost to the Patriots, brother. And you didn't even lose to the 3rd round pick. You lost to Jacoby Brissett. What is going on in New York, Cam Taylor?
It's bad, man. It's bad, and you don't even see a way out of it. Like they've
Yeah.
sold, in a way, they've sold their soul for the Aaron Rodgers. What is
Good
Aaron?
God, man. And it's like, and everybody's talking about is if Aaron Rodgers is going to resign there. I was like, does Aaron Rodgers want to resign there?
Yeah,
He's old.
does he want to play football anymore?
Does he
Man?
want to play? I feel like this is just getting a bad taste in his mouth, man. I don't know. I feel bad for him, but they have the talent there too, dude. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's obviously it's coaching. It has something to do with coaching, but you just fired your coach. Y'all still damn losing. Like I don't know.
Yeah, they've kind of foregoed their future for the now.
No shit. I know.
So I don't know. My last empty stomach is going to myself, Ward. I was coaching on Monday. We are going through our final walkthroughs before the game yesterday, all that stuff, and we installed a screen pass, and my offensive line wasn't doing what I wanted them to do.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, let me show you guys what I want you guys to do. All right. Get out of my stance, take a few steps, man, and hammy pops.
You're
Pop
kidding.
You
are freaking kidding.
And it was a realization that the athletic peak has officially come to an end.
How bad is it?
It's not bad anymore. It just feels like a cramp now. But Monday night, man, I was scared because
So you're not going over to the Anytime Fitness and loading some weight on the squat bar right now, then, huh?
I think the squatting days might be over, Ward.
Yeah.
It was bad, man. Like it was scary. I thought I tore it for a minute, and then
Yeah.
I woke up yesterday morning and I could walk and I was good and it wasn't bruised, so I was fine. It's just a strain, but man, showing a kid how to get out on a screen pass and you pop a hammy is not a fun.
Damn, Cam. I hope you're all right, brother. That sucks.
I'm good. But I did the right thing, Ward. I did the right thing. When something like that happens, a lot of people, they don't like people. It's funny when you're a 15-year-old and your coach pops a hamstring showing you what to do. It is funny.
Yeah.
You got to make fun of yourself. So I went out. I said, hey, I pulled everybody together. I said, hey, listen, guys. Moral of the story from today: don't get fat and out of shape when you stop.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens. So
valid point, man.
Got out in front of it, man. You got to make fun of yourself when stuff like that happens. That's why I aired it out on the podcast, get it out there so nobody just finds out and starts making fun of me. But it was a realization that the athletic prime is over.
Yep. Well, cool. Well, Cam, I'm glad you're all right, man. But let's let's jump forward. Obviously, I mentioned earlier on air that Cam, it's Halloween Eve, brother. So
Yeah.
me and you are older now, 24 and 25, and we are not out, raising Cain like we were doing as kids out trick or treating. But Cam, this is a two-part question. First question I want to ask you is, growing up, what was the best Halloween costume that you think that you ever wore?
I've got two. One was great, and one was kind of a longevity play. When I lived in Winchester, Kentucky, just right outside of Lexington, I think I was probably 6 or 7 years old. You would go to the YMCA. I would like to end the night because there'd be a lot of families there, and all
Oh
the kids
yeah,
would go up and all that stuff. And I was the Hulk, and I
get
had those
out of
big.
here.
I
That's
don't
cool.
know
The
if you
big,
remember the big gloves, and if you hit something, they'd make a sound.
yeah,
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 they'd
yeah,
make a sound. Well, 6-year-old Cam decided he was actually the Hulk, and I started just going around hitting kids,
yeah.
and I got kicked out of the YMCA. So the Hulk was a good one.
That's
But
a good one.
I wore the same one for probably 8 years in a row, Ward, which was just the old school hot dog.
Yeah,
I just put the hot dog costume, wear a red, dry fit underneath it, and just call it a
yeah.
day.
That's
I've got.
awesome, man.
I'll try to find the Hulk picture if I can find it, but I've definitely got the hot dog picture. But hot dog was probably the best in terms of just a long term play. But
Yeah.
getting kicked out of the YMCA in Winchester, Kentucky for hitting
Yeah,
kids.
dude. So I was say, when you were like growing up in Kentucky, did y'all have neighborhoods, or like did you go to like the churches? Like, where did you go trick or treating at?
So in Winchester, it was like a small town, but it was still a community. So you'd walk your neighborhood. If you had a
Uh,
buddy in another neighborhood, you'd go walk their neighborhood, and then everybody would just kind of meet at the YMCA.
yeah. Okay, that's cool. Because Cam, you've been to my house. I bought some, or I haven't bought any candy yet. I'm gonna go out and buy candy. But there's probably 15 houses on my road, and I live in a cul-de-sac. But I'm not in a neighborhood. I'm just in a subdivision. I don't know if we have trick-or-treaters here or not. And I asked the neighbors, they say some years we do, some years we don't. We don't really know what to expect. So yeah, but so we'll see, Cam. I was gracious enough. I grew up in a neighborhood, and there was about 40 other kids in my neighborhood that were within 5 years of age of me. So we would go out and be crazy on Halloween. I remember, Cam, I got two as well. Um, best costume I ever wore. I remember I had one. It was a Scream costume, like the how or the horror
Yeah.
movie Scream.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, there was like a button you would press on your chest, and then liquid blood would come down your mask. And I remember I would go up to all the kids and I'd press it, and I had this fake knife, and the liquid blood would come down my mask, and I thought I was him, man. So that was one. And then Cam, I'll have to send you this one. You'll get a kick out of this if I can find a picture of it. But I was in, I think, fifth grade, and I dressed up as a woman. So this girl from my school that I had a crush on she dressed up as a guy, and she asked me to dress up as a woman, and we were boyfriend and girlfriend on Halloween. I was like, maybe this can lead into something else, down the line. So I was like, fuck yeah, or heck yeah, I'll do it. So anyway, I wore a dress that I stole from my mom's closet, and I had like some wig that I put on, and yeah. So I'll have to find a picture of that. Her name was Michaela, and my name was, or and I can't know, I can't remember what her name was. Michael on Halloween, and my name was like Wanda, Ward, Wanda, Michaela, Michael. So yeah, funny story.
And we haven't gotten into this on the podcast, but Ward does have a tendency to cross dress at big events. So
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
sure. Yeah, whatever, man.
that is
Whatever, but
hilarious. That is
yeah,
now.
I'll have to find a picture and send it to you.
Could Madison get you to do that nowadays?
Hell no. No, she tried to get me to do we're not doing anything for Halloween, but she wanted me to do Curious George, where she wanted me to wear a yellow suit, and she was gonna be the monkey. And I said, I ain't doing that. I said, what we'll do, I told her, I said, you order something look like a deer, and I'll wear my camo shirt, and I'll carry around a bow, and I'll say, I'm a deer hunter and you're the deer, or something like that. But yeah, not
Now,
doing
Ward,
that, Cam.
are you gonna be a king size candy guy or what?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So favorite candy, and shout out to all the people that give the big candy bars out to. You guys are awesome. You guys are goated. Uh that was my favorite house to go to as a kid. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna be a king size candy. guy. I'm a big Reese's Pieces guy, so I'm gonna buy some of the little packs of them and accidentally buy a little too many, and when the kids come, I'll give it to them. If they don't, I'll be like, damn, Maddie, we got too many. I guess we'll just can't throw them away. And every night, watching TV, eat them. So,
Dude, I remember in Hurricane,
hey,
we had
Maddie, I'm live on the podcast. What's up? Oh, I don't know.
Sheriff's car sitting in their driveway.
Yeah, there's a sheriff's car at our neighbor's house across the street. So
Oh,
I would assume they're fine. If more people show up, we can walk over there and check. But all right, love you. Bye. Yeah, I have older neighbors, and there is a sheriff's car in their driveway right now. Knowing them, they know everybody in the community is probably one of their friends, but I hope they're okay. But Cam, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, man. I was just saying in Hurricane, I remember we had a map. We would put a star on the houses in the neighborhood that would give king size candy bars. So we'd go.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. Halloween, one of the best holidays of all time.
Best holiday. Sorry, Cam. I figured you didn't want to see me shirtless. I got hot in my Washington sweatshirt, so I'm putting on a t-shirt now.
Wade, you're losing us viewers, man. Think about all the people that are watching right now.
Hey, I think you're the one. I remember you were supposed to go shirtless at one point for something we did like a year ago. I don't know what it was, but
I'm sure I did.
Hey, Cam, you're not shirtless, man, so I'm pissed off.
Oh God. Oh man. What in the world, man? Anyways, we move on. Top stories award. UFC 308. We went with our hearts and we got disappointed to say the least. Hamzat Chimaev literally broke Robert Whittaker's jaw. I don't know if anybody's seen that picture. And then Max Holloway, for the first time in his UFC career, got knocked out by Ilya Topora. So rough day for the boys going with their childhood heroes.
Yeah. Not a good day for the childhood heroes. Didn't look good. I will say I thought Holloway looked pretty good. I mean, I think this shows how good Ilya is too. Because you go back and look at some of the guys Holloway has fought. He fought Volk, who's arguably the best 45 ever. Fought him 3 times, didn't get knocked out. He fought Conor McGregor, didn't get knocked out. He fought Justin Gaethje, didn't get knocked out. He fought Dustin Poirier, didn't get knocked out. And then he fights Ilya one time, and Ilya knocks him out. So this guy's legit, man. If you want to buy in on the train, I'm sure it's a little late, but I would hop on the Ilya train. So Cam, my question is, 2 of the best 45ers ever, he's knocked them both out before getting championship rounds.
Yep.
Who does this guy fight next? He's only defended his belt one time, but who at 45 does he fight?
Well, I saw that he's giving Volk another shot.
I saw he's going to give Volk another shot, which I think is deserving. He's going to beat the hell out of Volk. But
I'll tell you what, man, I don't know if he can make weight anymore, but if you want to make some money, call up Conor McGregor and see.
Oh yeah, they'd have to go to 55. And they've been talking shit to each other too.
I don't think.
Say hey to the podcast.
I don't think Conor's got 145.
I don't think Conor has a UFC fight ever back in his resume, to be honest with you. So, when is the John Jones fight? That's in 2 weeks, right?
Did you hear me?
No.
Oh, I said get Madison in here and see who she wants to fight Ilya next.
Oh yeah, no, my connection cut out. I did not hear you say that. But I was asking you, who does John Jones? When is that card? 309. Is that 2 weeks?
I think it's the next one or the one after that.
Yeah, it's the next one. It's the next one. I think it's in 2 weeks, if I remember. But
Stipe and John, man, it's going to feed families. That's going to be an awesome card.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Ward, any thoughts on Dodgers Yankees?
Not really. Freddie Freeman, pretty cool. He's the only player in MLB history to homer in 4 consecutive World Series games, which is pretty cool for all of our Western guys. Freddie Freeman is a former Atlanta Brave. All the Western guys are big Atlanta Braves guys. So cool to see that. But I don't like the Yankees. I don't like New York sports. Shoot me if you want. I don't care. I hope the Los Angeles Dodgers close this out tonight. It's 3-1 right now. Game 5 is tonight. Let's go Dodgers.
So, Ward, I do have a question on Freddie Freeman. This has been a hot topic with some of the boys in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
If the Dodgers pull this out, and he's obviously the best player on the team right now, 4 home runs in 4 games, like you said, is this guy going to be remembered as a Dodger or remembered as a Brave?
That's a good question, man. I mean, he won one in Atlanta, so I don't know.
Yeah, he
I
did.
don't know. But the Dodge, no, they won it 2 years ago. They didn't win it last year. The Rangers won it last year. I don't know, dude. I mean, the Rangers are one of the biggest teams, and that'd be like, I don't know. It's almost like Tom. Hey, you can't compare it to Tom Brady. It's
Well,
almost
it
like,
feels like to me, it's a lot like LeBron. Like, is LeBron going to be remembered as a Cav or a Heat or a
yeah,
Laker?
valid point. And he's won one in all three of them. So,
Not
win a
saying,
champ.
yeah, not saying Freddie
I
Freeman.
thought that question was going in a different way, Cam. I thought that question was going to be, with as good as Freddie Freeman is playing right now, does he get World Series MVP or does Shohei Ohtani get World Series MVP? That's where I thought that question was going to go. And yeah, it went a different direction.
Honestly, I haven't watched enough. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, the way I compare it, Cam, is just like when the Cavs won it in 2016. Obviously, Kyrie Irving was the best player on that Cavs team during that series, but when you play beside LeBron, who's the best player in basketball at the time, versus the same thing with Shohei Ohtani, who's the best player in baseball at the time. Like, yeah, Freddie Freeman may be playing better, but they're going to give it to Ohtani. So
Some people are still saying that Otani should be in jail for gambling.
yeah, he's a gambler. He's like
Uh,
Jordan. Jordan's a gambler too, but it's hidden. So
but Ward, let's move
kind
on
of hidden.
to college football real quick. Indiana, man, 8-0. What are your thoughts on Indiana right now?
There's a new big dog in the Big Ten, Cam, and we're not talking about the Washington Huskies. We're not talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes. We're not talking about the Michigan Wolverines. We're not talking about the Penn State Nittany Lions. We're talking about that team over there in Indiana, the Hoosiers. The Hoosiers are legit, Cam. You know why? You know why I think they're legit? Look at what they did to the team that was in the national championship last year. Beat them by 13 points. 2 weeks ago,
Yep.
Cam, look what they did to a up-and-coming Nebraska team that took Ohio State, who is the preseason favorites to win the national championship, down to a wire. Nebraska. They beat them 56-14. Cam, I don't know if NIL, I don't know if they found oil money up there in Indiana. I don't know if money is growing on trees up in Indiana. They got some recruits. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but glad to see it.
Yeah, man. I think the biggest change is the head coach, man. You bring in Kurt Signetti, the guy who
He was
at
the one that came from JMU, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Awesome coach. And he had a great quote at the beginning of the year. Somebody asked him,
I don't lose.
well, yeah, he said that. He said they asked him if he thought that they could be a contender in this league. And he said, Google me. I don't lose. So
Yeah.
he's
That
a
could have
good
really backfired too.
yeah, he could have. But he's an awesome coach, man. He's got it rolling, and we'll go and get into it now. People who say, Kentucky's going through a period right now where we don't want to be. Obviously, you look at Indiana; they're 8-0 right now. They're going to be in the playoffs if they keep winning. Indiana was a worse football program than Kentucky the past 10 years by a lot.
Yep.
And a new coach comes in and they're 8-0. So
Yep.
all these people that say, just be happy. We're Kentucky football. This is Indiana football, guys.
Yep.
They're bad. They've always been bad, and they're 8-0
Yep.
right now. Like, the right coach can make this thing happen. So
Yep.
for all those people that are so fine with mediocrity in Kentucky, just look up the road a little bit in Indiana and see what's going on.
Yep.
Ward, we talked about this, Deontay Johnson to the Ravens. What do you think this does for the Ravens? We already talked about the Panthers end of it, so we don't need to do that. What does this do?
I think, the Ravens are missing they have a very fast receiver, but they're missing that big physical receiver. And that's what I think they got out of Deontay Johnson. They got a big body. They can throw jump balls too now in the red zone. But I don't know. I don't think that this makes the Ravens that much better of a team, Cam. Like, Deontay Johnson's not Devontae Adams, it's Deontay Johnson. So that's my take.
Yeah, I think Deontay Johnson is a true X in this league. I really do believe that. I think he's one of, if not the best route runner in the NFL. He's one of the best separators at the position. He does have drop issues. He doesn't block. And he's a prima donna. He has killed 2 locker rooms in his 2 NFL stops. The Steelers could not wait to get rid of Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
The Panthers could not wait to get rid of Deontay Johnson. There's a world where he tears this locker room apart, and I would be here for it.
Yeah.
But Ravens fans are going to get real. Like, the amount he makes a few plays a game where you're like, this guy's incredible. He makes the same amount of plays where you're like, this guy's the dumbest person on the planet Earth. He gives up on plays. He does, like I said, he doesn't block. You need a first down. He's liable to run backwards and get behind the stick somehow. Like he is a very frustrating player to cheer for, and I'm glad that this does not scare me. This does not move the needle for the Ravens, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Vintage Russ is back. We already covered that. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, Russ? I think I've already said my piece on that.
Yeah, I already said my piece too.
Cool. Diggs getting hurt, man. He's out.
Yes. This is something I really want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
So obviously, as everybody saw, Stephon Diggs, who has been one of the best receivers in the NFL over the past 4 to 5 seasons, tore his ACL. He's done for the year. Unpopular opinion, though, Cam. I don't think this has a great impact on the Houston Texans. I don't think this is going to sit there and impact whether they make a run in the playoffs or not, simply because, I mean, obviously they have a really good quarterback. CJ Stroud's legit. But dude, look at the weapons they did it with last year. You know, look at the running back they have. Joe Mixon's been legit for this team. And, you know, they still have Nico Collins. They have Tank Dell. I know they have one more person too. I can't remember. Dalton Schultz, or not Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz. He's on the Texans still, right? Like, they still have weapons, dude. You know, like Hugh Diggs is a big loss, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Like right now, if Terry were to get hurt for Washington, we're down Schitt's Creek without a paddle because he gets 10, 11 targets a game. Diggs, you know, the ball has been spread out a lot in Houston, so I don't think it has that that big of an impact. Obviously, sad to see him go, but yeah, Cam, I don't know if you have any thoughts, but
yeah, well, Nico Collins will be out this week, so it'll be a tough week. But he's back off of IR next week.
Yeah.
To me, you know, Diggs, when they signed Diggs, he took over Tank Dell's role from last year. He's a slot guy. They move him around. He's, you know, moving throughout the formation pre-snap. So I just look at Tank Dell and say he's just moving back to his role of last year.
Yep.
It was a damn good football team last year. So
obviously
you don't want to lose a guy like that. And obviously for Diggs, you know, you hate that for him. Like, you know, towards the end of his career, having a career or a season-ending injury is never fun.
Yeah.
But big picture for the Texans, you really just go back to the team you were last year with a better running back and as the offense.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Cam, have you seen CJ Stroud go on that podcast called The Pivot and argue with the guys?
Yeah, when he was talking to Fred Taylor about where
talking about where he went to college. He was talking about, he was like, yeah, I went to Florida, and then TJ Stroud just started going in on him. But I don't know, he's one of us, man. You know, like how often did me and you sit in our living room in college and argue Raleigh versus Charlotte, whether it's football, basketball, wrestling, you name it, you know? So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, the more I hear CJ Stroud, the more I like him. The only thing CJ Stroud has done that I didn't like is when him and Micah Parsons went on this weird media tour this offseason. Like that was
Did
weird.
they? I didn't know
that. Yeah, I think they did a podcast together, and they were like traveling the world together. It's very odd, but Ward, well, we're going to switch up the order here a little bit. What's going on in Dallas, man? Like I know you're more tuned in with Dallas.
Man. I mean, not really. It's just like, you know, usually I will say I'm a Dallas hater. Usually I'm always hating on Dallas, talking shit. But now, like, genuinely just looking at it as from like a football perspective, I don't know how much Jerry Jones has is involved in their day-to-day operations, but they have a head coach who's won a Super Bowl. You know, like all the shit I talk about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league for a reason. CeeDee Lamb, you know, CeeDee Lamb is the highest paid wide receiver in the league for a reason. He's proven himself. They have the weapons on offense. You know, like I get, you know, they've had some injuries at the running back position. Like defensively, they didn't do anything over the offseason to get better. But 3-5, man, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Dallas. I don't know if it's, like I mentioned, I don't know if Jerry Jones is too involved in day-to-day operations or what. But Cam, I mean, this was a team last year that won the NFC East. You know, the NFC East the past 4 years has been a very good division in football. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, so to answer your question, Jerry Jones and his son, Steven, have a lot of say in day-to-day and personnel and spending money, and that's the problem. These guys won't spend money. and you're the biggest brand in football, and you refuse to spend money, and that's okay if you draft well.
Yes.
But they've been hit or miss. Their first round pick 2 years ago, Mozzie Smith, is the worst rated nose guard in the league.
Really?
He's the
Hey,
worst.
the crazy thing to me is Derrick Henry said he wanted to go to Dallas.
Yeah, and they didn't give him a phone call.
Nope.
They didn't give him a phone call. And and
Look
that's
at what Derrick Henry's doing right now.
yeah.
Thank
And that's
God he didn't go to Dallas, but
the biggest problem with this team, or the offense, I would say, is their lack of a run game. And you look at the personnel in that group. You've got Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook was brought up to the team, and you've got Rico Dowdle.
yeah.
Like, that is not a running back room that you look at and go, man, that scares me. Which is why when Dak is throwing the ball, he's going against, they're dropping 7 every play because it only takes 4 to get a pass rush on this offensive line. There's no threat of a run game, so you're seeing 5 and 6 man boxes. It's a product of Jerry Jones not spending money. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Cam. I was looking down for a second, but I was listening to you. But yeah, couldn't agree more, Cam.
Ward, we're gonna take away your boy Jaden Daniels out of this discussion. Okay?
Yeah.
He is by far and away the best rookie this year. What rookie outside of Jaden Daniels has impressed you so far this year the most?
That's a really good question, Cam. So, obviously, this has been a pretty good rookie class coming in, but outside, obviously, I'm going to look at the quarterback position just because we took a quarterback, and I'm going to compare my quarterback to everybody else's quarterback. But dude, all the shit that Bo Nix got, I thought Bo Nix has been the second best quarterback out of this rookie class. I mean, you look at this, you look at the Denver Broncos. They don't have many weapons. Cam. They don't have many weapons at all on the offensive front. They're 5-3 and arguably one of the most, well, I mean, not now, but not as of right now, but arguably the AFC West is one of the best divisions in football. They have the Kansas City Chiefs. They've won the Super Bowl 3 out of the last 4 years, or 3 out of the last 5 years. They're legit. So I don't know. Bo Nix to do what he's done to take a hurt Broncos team at 5-3. I don't know if you can credit him. I don't know if you can credit Sean Payton or what, but Bo Nix has been spending the ball, man. So Bo Nix has really impressed me.
Yeah, I like that. I think Bo Nix has been the second best.
Yeah, he's done a lot of picks too, but he's like Jameis Winston, man. He ain't scared to let it fly.
Well, this is we were talking about this. I think part of my take is talked about this as well. Like, we're not getting Oregon, dump off Bo Nix. We're getting Auburn Bo Nix, gunslinger. Runs around, fun to watch. He's actually fun to watch now. He wasn't in Oregon. He was at Auburn because it was just insanity. It was chaos. And the Bo Nix that they've got. So, I don't hate that at all. I've got a few guys I want to talk about. Zach Frazier, being biased, has been a really good center for the Steelers. He missed the last game, but he has been awesome. Joe Alt out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Joe Alt has been legit.
He's been incredible. And the guy that you look at, and it's not as easy as people think moving from left tackle to right tackle. He moved to right tackle. He's been one of the best right tackles in football. And another guy I want to give a shout out to is Jared Verse. He plays edge for the Rams. He's been really awesome too. So
yeah,
I don't have one guy. I'll give those 3 guys shout outs because outside of all, obviously I thought he was the best prospect going into this draft. But you got 2 guys. Jared Verse was in the 20s, 19 or 20. And then a second rounder in Zach Frazier, and they're all guys making a huge impact.
Yeah. Kim, you're talking about big guys up front, man. I don't know who number 66 is on the Steelers, but I watched the Giants-Steelers game on Monday night. Dexter Lawrence was grabbing him, picking him up, placing him to the side, and doing whatever the hell he wanted. There was one play. It was a run play, man. Dex hit this kid and threw, or hit this guy and threw, and this guy probably went 5 yards and fell on his face, and Dex made the tackle. I don't know who that guy is. Although he's one of the rookies. He has not been one of the best performing guys.
He is a rookie. His name's Mason McCormick. He's out of South Dakota. He is actually outside of that game been really good this year when he's played.
He's also playing the best interior defensive lineman in the NFL. The NFL sack leader too. That gets double teamed 78% of snaps.
Exactly. Yeah. That was his 3rd start or 4th start, I believe. And to look at
Dex is so good.
He's incredible. He
is so good, man.
It's unbelievable that a guy that big is that fast, and a guy that fast is that big and strong. And he's just, I've never, say never, but you rarely see a guy who has all those tools packaged.
Tim, we were in high school, man. I'll have to find this highlight and send it to you. I watched him line up at the 0 at nose guard, and he took these. It was a pass play. It was whatever team we were playing was in a spread formation. Quarterback's 4 yards back, 5 yards back, takes the snap. Dex grabs the center. He didn't even touch the center. The center hit him first. Dex grabs the guard, left guard, right guard, and the center is on his chest and pushes all 3 of them back into the quarterback, and then 4 of them land on top of the quarterback. I mean, it's insane the way how good this guy is, especially at the NFL level now. See him, I've never seen him dominate like he did 66 on Pittsburgh.
It was
So,
bad.
that was bad, man.
It was bad. It was
that
bad.
reminded me of him in high school, but yeah.
I do have one problem with Dex. And if you guys haven't seen, there's a guy on TikTok who goes to NFL and NBA guys, and he'll ask them about their high school teammates. He did it with Dex. Dex didn't remember his QB1 from his senior year or who was second in sacks on his team his senior year. And
He did. Well, he remembered the quarterback. He said his name wrong. His name, I think he said, his name's Chris James. I think he said, what did he say? He said something, or Chris Jones is what he said, or something
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he did miss the second leader in sacks, and I missed it too because I watched that video and I thought it was another defensive end that we had at the time. He played at Elon, and I thought it was going to be that guy, or I thought it was going to be Zach Gill, who had a little stint with the Steelers, played at Carolina, and it ended up being obviously Darius Hodge, who played for the Dolphins. We've had a couple good guys come through.
Hey, yeah, a few good ball players come
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Darius Hodge, by the way, I don't think people know this. He has the single season sack record at Marshall. He was an incredible player at Marshall.
Yeah, he's the best player. I think he was the best high school player to ever. He didn't have the grades, but he's the best high school player to ever come out of Wake Forest High School. I will
Better
say.
than Dex, really?
On the field, a domination that he had on the field. I mean, this guy played at middle linebacker. He did everything. So
Wow.
him and Dex go hand in hand. But yeah,
Can I out our boy Jay Fry real quick?
let's hear it.
Listen, dude, we were talking about Dex, and James Fry made the statement that he had a better high school football career than Dexter Lawrence because he had 2 state championships and Dexter Lawrence had 0. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't quite agree with that. Dexter Lawrence also had an offer from every school. He was the number 2 rated player on ESPN 300, and he was the number 1 rated player on Rivals.com, and he had an offer from everywhere in the country. He got more money than you ever knew what to do with from schools that are name is unknown to go there, and he just said, "No, I'm good." Yeah.
Shout out to Dex, man.
Yeah, shout out to Dex.
Some would say the second best career in Wake Forest history behind James Fry. Anyways, moving on, recapping college football real quick. I don't really want to talk about the Auburn-Kentucky game, but we will. Kentucky goes up 10-0, ends up losing 24-10. It feels like the end of an era, Ward. And I know I've said this, and we're not going to fire Stoops. He's got a $44 million buyout. I love Mark Stoops, but it just feels like this is the end of that era of Kentucky.
Yeah. I don't think
0-4.
y'all did beat Ole Miss, dude. Y'all beat Ole Miss, and who was it that you took down to the wire? Georgia. Yeah.
But Ward, 0-4 in SEC home games this year.
Yeah.
0-4.
Hey, it's basketball season though, right?
He's done it twice. He did it his first year and this year. And he has Joker Phillips only did it once. Well, I'll leave it at that. Joker Phillips had one time in his career where he went 0-4 in the SEC.
Yeah.
Anyways, Texas and Vandy, Ward, we were on different ends of the spectrum on this game. You thought Vandy was going to keep it close. I thought Texas was going to blow them out in Nashville. You were right. You know ball. I don't. Yeah. I'll say that. Texas,
Vandy, very close game. I knew Texas got off to a big lead early though. Texas got up at 21, and Vandy came back. But yeah, we were on the wrong side of the spectrum from Texas A&M LSU. I thought LSU was going to walk into College Station, Texas, and kind of put a hurting on the boys. No, that did not happen at all.
Did not. Texas A&M wins 38-23. Ward, NFL, the Browns, Jameis Winston and the Browns take down the Ravens at home 29-24 in a game that felt like the Ravens dropped 12 interceptions.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And the thing is, this is why, when people make the argument about the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl, these are the games why you argue against that, dude. Like, the Ravens are such a good football team, like through and through. I think they probably outside of Myles Garrett, the Ravens outrank the Browns at every single position on that. At 21 out of 22 positions, the Ravens outrank the Browns. And dude, there's no excuse for this. Washington just beat the Browns by 38 points, Cam, and we lost to the Ravens the next week. You're going to tell me that Browns team goes to Baltimore and beats them, or maybe it was at home, but beats Baltimore? Like, come on, man. This is why this Ravens team is very good, but you can't put them up there with the Kansas City Chiefs on who's elite in the AFC. I don't know. That's my argument about it, but yeah.
I was very happy as a Steelers fan. This gave us a
yeah, like everybody loses games, So y'all are outright one of the division.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Your Commanders with one of the craziest
finishes
in NFL history beat the Bears 18-15. I just want to let you go. I wish we would have recorded this on Sunday.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like, Cam, it's those where were you moments, like I wish, I'm seeing all these videos on YouTube and TikTok about people having recordings of them going crazy at the interception. The Commanders posted stuff like, man, I wish there would have been a videotape for me. Madison was sitting there on the couch. I started fucking running around the house, freaking running around the house. I got so excited. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, overall, like outside, we didn't deserve to win that game, and they didn't deserve to win that game either. We played awful. Obviously our quarterback was hurt. The Bears played awful too. Our defense played really good, but that's about it. We scored 4 field goals. We were up 9-0 at halftime. And by the way, you want to talk about somebody playing bad? Did you watch the game, Cam, or not? I know it wasn't on cable, but
I watched bits and pieces of it. I watched the last 2 drops. I did.
Yeah,
watch
I mean, dude, it was just a boring football game. I hate to say it. I mean, not for me, but for somebody that's not a fan of either team, it's kind of a boring game. Caleb Williams played awful, dude. Caleb Williams played awful. At halftime, he was 3 for 8 with 33 yards passing. I know I had a stat line pulled up. He ended up finishing with a 41% completion percentage. He had no touchdowns. He scrambled for he did do good scrambling. He got sacked 6 times. He did it. Caleb, I don't know, man. He didn't. I don't know if the pressure got to him or what, because I've seen him make good plays and also saw him make bad plays. And you could tell right there before we hit that Hail Mary, like he was standing, like ready to do his interview. Like they would not have won that football game because of him, So yeah, that's my take on it. I'm glad we got the quarterback we got. There's still a lot of football left, and Jaden didn't look the best either, but he still threw for 330 yards and he had the highest QBR percentage again in week 7 of the NFL. So
the video of Tariq Stevenson, which if you don't know who that is,
oh my God, yeah, we didn't go. I can't believe he didn't get an empty stomach from anybody. But
he was talking junk to the fans on the Hail Mary pass, and it comes out the defense coordinator did an interview. He said, Ward, that he was supposed to be the guy guarding Noah Brown, the guy behind the jump on the Hail Mary. He's the guy who ended up tipping it up to Noah Brown.
Yeah.
The defense coordinator for the Bears said we would have been better off having 10 guys on the field than having 29 on the field.
Wow. I
didn't
know that.
Very damning on Tariq Stevenson and what he did to the
And dude, him and Terry were going at it the whole game too. And Terry routed him up for 5 catches, 120 yards, something like that. And he just kept getting in Terry's face. And then Terry's just looking at him like, bro, you suck, like I'm routing you up the whole game. But yeah.
There's also a video, and this Commanders fan is going to live on forever. He's doing an interview before the Hail Mary.
Yeah, I saw that. He goes, yeah, we won in my book. What'd I tell you? I told you.
So before the Hail Mary, he's like, we played a close game. It was a good game. In my book, this is a win. Yeah. And then you hear the crowd erupt right when he says that. And they look, Hail Mary's just been caught. And he goes, what did I tell you? I told you we won. I told you. It was
dude, that game was incredible, man. Like just I don't know. It's just, seeing the fan base like that. Like I'm telling you, that Steelers game, that's the next game we have in DC. That Steelers game is going to be wild. I guarantee you the tickets will be every bit of $250 for that game. Because y'all have so many fans. We have so many fans.
Yeah. Our boy Connor James will be in attendance to that game. So
Is he going?
Yeah. He
I,
is.
you know, one of my really good friends, the guy that the Cathcart family, I used to go to the Steelers Patriots games with them every year. They texted me and they said, "Let's buy tickets. We'll drive up Sunday morning, go to the game. We can either drive back Sunday night or we can get a hotel." And I'm unfortunate, I will be in Myrtle Beach in a golf tournament that weekend, so I'm not, or I would be there. I'd already buy tickets. But curious, Cam, while you go over the Steelers, I'm going to look up what the prices are to the Steelers Commanders, and I'm going to ask you what you think the price is, and I'll tell you.
Gotcha. Okay, Steelers 26, Giants 18 on Monday Night Football. Steelers keep the streak. We're now 22-0 in home games in our last 22 on Monday Night Football. Giants, Danny Dimes has a horrendous record, and I think he's won one game
Yes.
in his entire career.
He's gone, bro. Danny Dimes is gone.
He's bad. That was a game, so many flags in that game and so many errors on both sides.
Yeah.
It was an ugly football game to watch, but you come out and you win a football game on Monday Night Football, I'm never going to be mad at that. The Steelers didn't. They moved the ball with ease in this game. Now, when they got in the red zone, there'd be a penalty here or something there or a drop pass there. They got to start finishing drives with touchdowns, but I still think, the difference in this offense from Fields to Russell is incredible. And Najee has been the biggest, he's won the most out of this change because you don't see the 8-9 guy boxes anymore.
Yeah.
Because we respect Russ so much. The boxes are now 7, 6, 5 guys. Najee Harris had his third week in a row for the first time in his college or pro career where he rushed for more than 100 yards. So Najee is probably the happiest man in America. George Pickens looked awesome.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson could throw a ball on a dime, man.
Yeah.
I forgot how good he is when he has a run game and he can go out and play action, how good he is. Because what we forgot is that when he was playing for the Broncos, Sean Payton asked him to be Drew Brees. He asked him to throw the ball 40 times a game and be perfect. And he's not that guy. But when he has a run game and he can turn his back to a defense and find open guys, Russell Wilson is a damn good quarterback, and I'm glad we got him.
Yeah. All right, Cam. I got this pulled up. Ticketmaster, 2 tickets. So, or we'll go to 1 ticket. How about that? Yeah. It's actually more expensive. So, 2 tickets. What do you think the cheapest price is for a ticket?
Per ticket, I'm going to go.
Per ticket.
$365.
That's crazy. It's $310. If anybody can see, this is Ticketmaster today. $3 or $3.10.59 is the cheapest ticket to.
And that's with your back against the concrete at the top.
And that is up top. I mean, sitting in front of a pole. So absolutely incredible. Yeah. So Cam, it's crazy to see. So let's argue. You think there's gonna be more black and gold in that stadium, or black and yellow in that stadium? You think there's gonna be more burgundy?
This will be one of the few times that the Steelers go on the road and it's not a home game for them.
There was more Chicago. Apparently, there was more Chicago fans in DC or in Landover, Maryland, than Reds or Washington this weekend. I don't believe it. It's just some things I saw on Twitter. But
I don't know. I think that this Commanders fan base is so juiced up right
now.
now.
They are woke up right now. Dude, Jaden Daniels individually has woken this fan base up.
I will say, though, there will be a lot of black and gold in the streets of DC and the Landover, Maryland.
Oh yeah. You think they're going to come talking trash too or not?
Yeah. I mean, that's Pittsburgh way, man. These Pittsburgh fans, they don't care about much more than their football team.
Hey, or the Pitt Panthers are 8-0 or 7-0, 8-0 right now. They're undefeated. Care about them too.
Don't care. I wish we could get them out of Heinz Field and we could get them their own stadium. But anyway, predictions real quick. We'll run through this quick because we kind of got to get out of here. College football week 10 coming up. I'll cover Kentucky, Tennessee. Kentucky goes to Neyland. Night game. Tennessee's wearing their all-black uniforms. It's a blackout. Tennessee's 16.5-point favorites. They could win this game by 60 points.
Yeah, you say that, Cam. I thought the same thing. Y'all went to Ole Miss, and you beat Ole Miss, who's a better team than Tennessee. So,
yeah,
I think they beat y'all, but I'd say it's going to be a closer game than you think.
I think this team is a dead man walking. They're historically bad in Neyland. They're even worse at night games.
When's the last time y'all beat Tennessee? Last year or 2 years ago? Did y'all beat them last year or not?
2020.
It has not been that long since y'all beat Tennessee.
I promise you it has.
Jesus, I thought y'all beat them 2 years ago.
Because Will Levis is 0-2 against Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Y'all are getting smashed, Cam.
It's going to be bad. I'll be in Colby this weekend. This might not even find its way on my phone or the
Yeah.
team. State is State going to Stanford or State?
No, they are coming to Raleighwood. I think State.
Dude, man, two out of 3 weeks going to California is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did they had a bye week last week?
No, they're coming here.
Oh, Stanford's coming here.
Yeah, Stanford's coming to Raleigh. They're coming to Carter Finley. Yeah,
Okay.
I think we beat the hell out of Stanford. We're coming off a bye. The boys were juiced up. They just had a big game against Cal.
Yeah.
Bring it on, Cardinals.
NC State 10.5-point favorites. You think they're covering the 10.5?
Confidence is key, baby.
I'd buy the point. I'd get it down to 9.5. But yeah,
yeah.
Penn State, Ohio State, probably the game of the week here, Ward.
Yes, the game of the week.
Ohio State is 3.5-point favorites. This is a tough one.
It is.
I like Penn State. I like Drew Lohr.
I think it's at Penn State too, which is a big factor.
I think this is the whiteout game, I believe.
Hey, Obama's going to be playing, man. People are going to be going crazy.
I think Penn State wins outright, but I'm a little. This is going to be.
I don't think either one of these teams are the best team in the Big Ten. I will say that. I don't know, man. I just don't think Penn State's good, but USC took them down to the wire 2 weeks ago, and same thing with Ohio. I mean, I'll take Ohio State, Cam, and you know me. I don't like Ohio State. I don't think Will Howard's very good. But Ohio State has I can't remember his name, but they have a wide receiver that is pretty damn good. And if you look at the track, yes, and if you look at the track record of Ohio State wide receivers in the NFL, some of them are doing pretty well, Cam. So I think it's gonna be a good game. Really excited to watch. I would assume this is probably an 8:00 kickoff. I don't think. Yeah, this is not SEC. They won't do 3:30. But yeah, dude, very excited for this game. Give me Ohio State.
Next game, Georgia, Florida.
Yeah.
We're just 69 points.
Georgia's going to smash Florida. Hey, but I did see this too. They, in 2025 and 2026, this game is not going to be played in Jacksonville. It's going to be played in Atlanta one year, and then I saw somewhere else the other year.
Camping World is under renovation, so they will be the Tea Party out of Jacksonville for a couple of years. Next game, A&M goes to South Carolina. A&M is 2.5-point favorites. Ward, Barstool A&M posted that there's no better rivalry in all sports than A&M South Carolina. Not one. I don't know if
get the hell out of here.
I don't know if it was tongue-in-cheek when they tweeted that or if they're serious, but I followed it up with a quote, and I said Stanford Boston College is a close second.
Yeah.
But I got A&M winning and covering here in South Carolina.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe the spread is only 2.5. That's what really surprised me. I get it's at South Carolina, but
I think it's a night game too. I could be wrong, but
it is.
South Carolina are tough.
It's a blackout. It's a blackout game. Yeah. Oh, Columbia is going to be rolling. Is your boy that went to South Carolina? Is he going?
I don't know. I would assume that he'd try to make it out, but I'm not for sure.
I bet the tickets to that game are a little expensive, but
he's a big wig down there. He can find a way in.
Yeah, A&M's legit though, dude. They're number one in the SEC right now.
They're good. They're good football. They've surprised me with how good they
are. Yeah.
They've got a freshman quarterback in who has unlocked this offense. So
yeah,
I think we put this on just for Justin Alford because I could not care less about this game. But Louisville and Clemson. Clemson's 10.5-point favorites. We all know what happened last time. Louisville went to Clemson. It was one of the best games of all time. But Clemson 10.5-point favorites. I think this Louisville team stinks. I think they're close to as bad as Kentucky right now.
Yeah.
So I got Clemson covering pretty easy.
Clemson's dude. I'm telling you, man. Clemson is a dark horse. I think Clemson beats the hell out of Louisville. I cannot wait to see. I hope Clemson. Obviously, I think they'll stay strong. I can't wait to see them play Miami. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, dude. Give me Clemson.
A team that you are super high on because you've talked about them.
Yeah, no, Cam, I wanted to talk about this. I mean, Pitt, dude, they're not getting respect. They're 8-0. They're 8-0, and they play SMU this week. And SMU's lost one game. But SMU's a new dog to the SEC or to the ACC, man. And, you know, to this completely just disrespect Pitt and give them 7.5 points is crazy to me for a team that's undefeated, has been in the ACC championship. I don't know, dude. Give me Pitt. Give me Pitt. Welcome to this is SMU. SMU and Duke went to overtime last week. Duke ain't that damn good, Cam. Give me them Pittsburgh Panthers.
Outright winner.
Money line. Fuck yeah.
I'll
God,
take
that's the third time today, man. I need a swear jar. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
You're getting bad off, man.
I know.
You need Pitt to cover, SMU to win.
Yep.
NFL, and we'll get out of here. Commanders play the Giants. Washington is 3.5-point favorites. If I'm not mistaken, the Commanders did lose to the Giants early in the year, though, correct?
No, hell no. We beat them.
Okay, my bad. Hand up.
Yeah. No. We haven't beat. Trying to find something. Oh, I was trying to find a prop in my dresser for this, but I couldn't find it. So instead of BTA, we're gonna go TTA. Tight ass, baby. Tight ass. We're putting a hurting on them Giants this week. So according to this tie right here, TTA. Go Washington.
There you go. Commanders -3.5. I got them covering. Game of the week, Ward. Steelers on bye, so that can't be game of the week.
Yeah.
Game of the week here. Lions Packers. Detroit is 3.5-point favorites. Jordan Love did get hurt in the last game, but it looks like he's on pace to play. Who you got? Why?
I think this Lions team might be the best team in the NFL. Cam, the way they are clicking on all cylinders seems legit. So I think the Packers are very good. I think the Packers are the future. They're a young team. They're playing good. But no, Cam, I'm riding with the Lions, brother.
Yeah, I've got
Dan
Lions.
Campbell has something going on over there in the Motor City.
Yeah, I've got Lions winning and covering. And if you love football, watch this Lions offense, man.
I know.
I rarely see a team that marries being a physical, in-your-face, run-first team
Yep.
along with the big play passing.
Cam has both their running backs in fantasy. That's why he watches them every week, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let him
every
fool you.
week, and they've quickly become my favorite team to watch outside of the Steelers, man, because they're, like I said, they're pounded, they're ground and pound, and then they throw it right over top of your head. And in the red zone, man, some of the stuff that Ben Johnson comes up with in the red zone, I have a notebook when I watch the Lions, and I just draw some of their stuff because it's so fun to watch. But anyways, we're getting out of here. That was episode 74. We hope you guys enjoyed it. One more time, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok at FatKatz Pod. Ward, it was a pleasure as always, my friend.
Pleasure as always, my friend. And hey, shout out to all the bandwagon Commanders fans that are coming off the couch and all of a sudden been loving this team since RG3 days. So love to see it, right, Cam?
All right. Peace.
Love you, brother. Peace.
Dude, man.